What's up, TubeU? It's your boy Coyote Mike, and I'm back with another video, an update video for you guys. Wanted to know what's going on with Venom. So let me flip the camera around and show you guys what we got going on. All right, guys, here we go. So let me open up the hood. Got the headlights, got everything off. Let's see. There we go. So got the engine completely out. Tore everything apart. Had to take out the radiator and all this stuff right here just to make the crane a little bit more accessible to pull the engine out, because I do have a 6-inch lift. I don't want to mess with nothing down on the bottom, suspension wise or anything like that. Didn't want to remove the cross member, so it's kind of a pain in the ass, but we managed to get it. Got the motor mount over here. If you guys ever take the engine out, be sure to disconnect the motor mount, all the bolts, so that way you know it comes out with ease. But this proved to be a pain in the ass trying to get out. These two bolts up here, this one on the passenger side was easy. This one back here on the driver's side, that was a pain in the ass. So if you guys are looking to do this, just know what you're getting into. It's not going to be easy. But we tore the motor apart trying to figure out what was going on with the actual engine and try to diagnose where the ticking noise was coming from. So it looks like a big disaster in here, but I think we're on the right path now. So we weren't able to find anything that was causing the ticking. There goes the radiator right here. There goes the flex plate, all the bolts. So everything's kind of a mess in here, but we've got, so let me get back to the engine. So we started taking the engine apart and we couldn't find anything that was going on with it. There's my headers, my shorty headers, and there goes my manifold right there. But we couldn't find anything that was going on with it. Now, what I did find was my headers, the gasket. I mean, these were severely, they had a massive exhaust leak. You guys can see that right there. All this right here. So we had a massive exhaust leak. Could have caused the ticking noise. It could have played a big part in it. And you can see right here where they actually separated. So that right there can clatter, but I don't think it's going to cause that ticking noise. Now, it was hard to find the ticking noise because it was coming from underneath the engine and sound travels. So update with these, I did find out that these were it did have a massive leak, so that could have contributed to the ticking noise. But also there are like little pinholes inside these headers, like right in here, and these are from DNA Motorsports. Good headers. I just think that when you put on headers, you put on any other headers or anything, any other manifold or anything like that, you're gonna have problems. You're gonna have to torque them down, check them, make sure they don't come loose, because these are notorious for coming loose. So what I went ahead and did was I went ahead and ordered some long tube headers, so we're going to be changing that out. Went with BBK. So unfortunately, these guys are on back order. Reached out to them a couple of times trying to figure out when. I don't even have a date yet. It's pretty crappy, but we'll see how long it takes for them to actually get me out these headers. Everything's crazy in the world right now with back orders and stuff like that. So that is the one of the headers. This is the other header right here. Let's see, let me flip this guy over. So both of these had an exhaust leak pretty bad. So you can see right there. I mean, these things were just leaking all over the place. So was it manufacturer error or installer error? I don't know. I mean, I got down there, torqued it down, all that good stuff, checked them, rechecked them, and didn't notice it until I actually pulled the engine off, because it's so tight in that engine compartment that it's just hard to get to, especially on the passenger side. Those things are a pain in the ass. So tore down the engine, broke the engine down, tore it apart. So basically what we found was all the rod bearings seem to be okay. Excuse the mess, guys. It's a big mess in here. I've been working, dealing with the engine, so this is the rod bearings. So not too much damage. If you guys are seeing this scar right here, this groove right here, don't worry about that. That was a mechanic error. My mechanic, he was trying to take this off from the connecting rod and had a screwdriver and trying to pry it off ever so slightly, but it got away from him and ended up putting a nice little gouge inside of the rod bearing here. But other than that, man, the rod bearings, they look pretty good. So I mean, normal wear and tear from a 2012 F-150 with 160,000 plus miles. So what we did notice is the back of the rod bearings, they were burnt a little bit. Not significantly burnt, but they are burnt nonetheless. So what that is called fretting. So I'll put a link into the description below. So if you guys are going through the same problem, ticky noise. Now there was movement, and that's the reason for what they call fretting right here. And so they weren't too bad. I think I might have caught it in time, but saved about $6,000, I'll tell you that much. So we tore the engine apart, the rockers, rollers. We're gonna do the engine refresh up, timing chain, replacing the roller followers, timing chain. What else? The rod bearings. Obviously we're changing out all the rod bearings, and we should be good. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, so we were doing this, and it was just taking us too long. I didn't have the time to help out my buddy Lee, my next door neighbor. You guys can see that scar right there, that scratch from the screwdriver. But that could have been polished out, but I just went ahead and bought new rod bearings and put them in there. So we're trying to figure it out, trying to get it in there. We just didn't have enough time. I got to work. I had a lot of jobs, so I ended up sending it off to a mechanic. He pulled the engine apart and checked the heads. The heads are fine. Everything's good with the engine. We just refreshed it, and you know, we should be getting the truck back next week. Well, the truck's actually here. You see the engine hoist and the engine holder, but so we should be sending this truck off on Monday to go get the engine swapped in or put in, and put my lights back in and everything. But I just wanted to give you guys an update. So if you guys hear a ticky noise, don't be so quick to diagnose it with, you know, having to buy a new engine. These engines are cheap. Like I said, $6,300 and something dollars. That's just for the motor. Put the motor back in, you're looking at right around $3,000, somewhere around there. But by no means is this something that a non-mechanic can do. So like I said, I had the engine pulled out. We looked it over. We tried to do it ourselves, but I was just skeptical about it. It was taking too long. I wanted to get the vehicle back, get it up and running, and bring you guys more videos. So took it over to a mechanic where he can, you know, actually look at it, put it on the table, do some tests, put the rod bearings in, plastic gauge it, put it all to spec, and you know, he pulled the heads off, make sure the heads were good. The heads are good. So we're gonna take him the truck on Monday, and we should have it back by Wednesday. But nonetheless, man, I just wanted to keep you guys posted, give you guys an update. So I did not have to buy a new engine for Venom. So the motor was still good. So I just think it needs a refresh. It just needs to be refreshed. And these bearings, they were starting to spin. There was movement going on in there. And what this is, these are oil burns from the oil coming through the rods, and you know, a little bit of movement in there. So before you diagnose it and, you know, send it off to go get a new engine, you know, check your engine. I was skeptical that I needed an engine, but I was ready to buy the engine. But thankfully, I didn't have to. I had several mechanics tell me that your engine's fine. You just got to replace this and that, and that was it. So But nonetheless, guys, it's going to be a short little video. I just wanted to bring you guys an update. If you guys haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell notification, and smash that like button. It really helps your boy out. Until next time, it's your boy, Coyote Mike.